I don't know the exact
You lose
number.
more through pee than you do through poop.
Yeah. Your body is 70+% water. It's easier to wring out a rag than it is to move solid.
Dude, you
8
could
pounds?
just lose like 3 pounds from taking a whiz right now.
Yeah.
I did comedy for 6 months. I opened for Pete Davidson at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and then I quit.
Okay.
Lemon's
So
very
like,
good first thing in the morning for you.
Yeah.
A little hot cup of water with some lemon and honey. Delicious.
The shoes are off, the mics are high. We're back like we never left. Officially live in the living room. This is the Atlanta Late Night Show. I got guests on the couch. So let me lay out the red carpet for my people. With the glasses. She coordinates her glasses with socks. Most ladies use the bathroom mirror for selfies, but not her. She's a real maverick. She opens up the stall, gives someone her phone, give it a little side cheek action, and then takes the most glorious poop picture you ever seen on this side of the internet. You can find her telling crazy stories, crazy but true stories at the Red Light Cafe June 10th, and she'll also be at the Dynamic El Dorado June 3rd. Give it up for Liz Derr. With the video vixen beard, he's a lover, not a fighter. It just so happens he loves to fight. He loves nature so much he thinks trees are for hugging and also to calcify his shin for better leg kicks. He can show you how to build your business, apply a knee lock to someone in your comment section. His biography is rumored to be written by the same guy that does Chuck Norris memes. Give it up for Moon. All right. A show's not a show until I say something problematic. So with that being said, problematic questions.
Nice.
Let's go.
What's your craziest weight cutting story? Well, both of you guys, because you were a wrestler.
Yeah.
Ladies first.
So
Was it poop?
So when I wrestled, they were really strict about my weigh-ins. I couldn't weigh in like the guys could. I couldn't get down to my underwear in a room full of guys. I had to go to the nurse's office.
Wow.
With the nurse, a coach from both teams, and I had to be fully dressed.
And you were in Jersey, right?
I was in Jersey.
Okay.
I had to be fully dressed. So those clothes mattered. And if I was on my period, I don't know if you guys know, but bloating adds a pound or two sometimes.
Did not know that.
So I was underweight constantly.
Yeah, so I've trained with women
Okay.
who fight.
Yeah.
And like it's the worst if your fight lines up around like around your period.
time.
Is, it's worse because like your body wants to hold on to water, and what you're trying to do is
get out of it.
release shit. So like,
whoa.
Yeah, it's women. It's way the weight game is way.
Yeah,
harder.
I mean,
Way
even
harder.
in one day, I can swing 5 pounds.
Yeah, 5 pound swing is easy.
Whoa.
5 pound swing's a lot for my height, though.
Yeah.
I'm really little. I'm 5'1" for all you haters. What I had to do is I had to eat, I ate just orange slices for 3 days straight. So I was just fucking weak, dude. It was the dumbest thing I had to do, but I had to do it because.
Did you get like an ulcer in the mouth or something? Like all that acid?
No.
Nah, don't believe all of that kind of stuff.
No, because like what is it, like if you eat too much pineapple, like you get the little
Yeah, but that's like really acidic. Not nearly as much as
oranges.
oranges. Yeah, I was just eating
So
oranges.
I
for, like, 3
associate
days.
orange slices with as a snack of serial killers.
Hold on. Where does that association come from?
Because they don't give a fuck.
No, coaches, guys that coach like Little League and they have no kids, and they always like coach boys and like overzealous with the kids. And like, you guys
Those
want
are
some orange
sunflower
slices?
seed eaters, all right? Those are not
So we know
orange
snacks.
suckers.
So we do snacks. So they don't do snacks. That's a weird snack. Okay, what's your crazy weight cut story?
All right, does it have to be the craziest thing that happened to me in weight cut?
No,
or
just whatever you know.
Fuck. Oh shit. I can give like a top 3.
Go for it.
Craziest one that happened to me was this before I learned how to cut weight properly. I cut weight, but for everybody who doesn't know, cutting weight is fucking extremely hard. But I was on weight for over a day, almost 2 days, which is very bad. Once your body's dehydrated that much, you don't have any water protecting your vital organs, your brain, all that stuff. Performance goes out the window. So literally you're just fighting the scale before you fight another person. I had made 135 pounds. For everybody who doesn't know, I'm currently like 158 to 160. So essentially, I cut all the way down to 135 pounds the day before because I had to travel, and coach wasn't able to travel, so I had traveled on weight.
Yeah.
I was on weight, dehydrated, didn't eat, drink anything for almost two days. It was like approaching like 48 hours. I couldn't go to sleep because I was so dehydrated. Got to the venue and then had to wait for the commission to get there. Made weight, fought, had a horrible performance, still won. But to me, it was what I consider one of my worst performances, even though it was for a title shot. Just I know how I perform. How'd
you finish the fight?
I didn't finish the fight. Normally, I finish most of my fights. That one went the distance.
Yeah.
Damn.
That sucks, right?
Yeah, but like at that point in time, it was more of a mental thing for me. I didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. But I could tell some funny stories. I can't mention names.
Okay.
I know a dude who took an enema to make weight.
I got so many jokes about enema.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah. So
Took an enema because he trying to make the weight. And
did it work though?
This wasn't even for a fight. This was for like a local, like just grappling competition.
I mean, yeah, it works. It clears
did he make
you
weight?
out.
Yeah, you can make weight, but like
How much did he lose with the M?
I don't know the
You
exact
lose
number.
more through pee than you do through poop.
Yeah, like
Because of water weight?
yeah,
of
your
water.
body is 70+% water. It's easier to wring out a rag than it is to move solid shit. Like so, like if you
you put it that way,
if you take a crap normal every day, like whatever, call it a pound. If I went to start sweating and in an hour's time, I could legit push out
Way more.
5 to
Dude, you
8
could
pounds.
just lose like 3 pounds from taking a whiz right now.
Yeah. Welcome to the weight cutting world, y'all.
I mean, I'm crazy because I'm like, how much pee do you guys produce in a day?
Shit.
I'm
you
always
want me to
thirsty, man.
Give you the simple math? Go
for it.
All right, the simple math.
I feel like you got science.
Yeah, it is. All right, so you asked like, what do I fight at? I said 135. You said, what do you weigh? I'm like, well, right now 158 to 160. You like, wow, that's a lot. All right, a gallon of water weighs 7 to 8 pounds, 7.5 to 8 pounds. So essentially, if you put a gallon of your water in your body and you're naturally using the bathroom, peeing and all that, if you didn't take any water that day and you pissed out a gallon, you lost 8 pounds. You push 8 pounds out, right?
Damn.
So essentially, she's talking about eating orange slices and all of this.
Yeah.
Oranges has a lot of vitamin C. Vitamin C is a natural diuretic, so it helps you piss.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you ever heard people putting lemon and lime juice in their water?
Yeah.
Is also got a lot of citric acid and vitamin C. It helps you piss.
Okay.
Lemon's
So
very
it's like,
good first thing
yeah.
in the morning for you.
Yeah.
A little hot cup of water with some lemon and honey. Delicious.
My word. So great. So, what's your other top 2 stories?
Okay, the one doesn't involve me. I was on weight, but my opponent didn't show up on weight. He showed up 15 pounds overweight. Damn. So as far as crazy weight,
I mean, he's like 20 pounds overweight right now.
I'm not fighting until July 8th. But essentially, legally, the fight had to be canceled because you can't fight. There are weight parameters for a reason. That way people can't take advantage and cheat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So essentially, this guy showed up 15 pounds overweight and we legally weren't able to fight. But
Okay.
at the weigh-ins, my best friend looked at me, who's also my head coach. Shout out to Lathan Lawson. We had this telepathy moment where I looked at the scale, I saw how much he was over. When he looked at the scale, he looked at me and was like, "Don't do it." And I knew exactly what he meant. And I looked at how much he was over. I did the math in my head. I grabbed a gallon of water and I just start trying to drink 7-8 pounds in less than 5 minutes to try and compensate for the weight difference.
Okay.
So legally we would be able to fight. Is that safe? Fuck no.
No.
Can you hurt yourself? Hell yeah. Did I really want to fight this guy? Yes, I did.
Why'd you want to fight him so bad?
Part because it was my job, part because he talked a bunch of shit, but like
Oh, let's get him in
I'm
the parking lot.
I'm not a big shit talker, and
Yeah.
like shit talking doesn't like affect me. Like you
Yeah.
could, for me, I'm like, yo, I punch my friends in the face for free all week.
Yeah,
I don't
dude,
have
that's
to,
fun.
I don't have to know you. I don't have to know you or dislike you to do any more damage than I'm gonna already do. So like you talking is either showing like chinks in your armor, you think it's getting in my head, or you got to build up this thing to get you to fight me.
Okay.
Like you have to be one of those people that have to be mad at your opponent. And
Okay.
for me, that's a weakness.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, yeah.
But the only thing that got me is like he was talking all this stuff, and it's what he said. He literally said, "Oh, I'm gonna drink beer and party throughout the training camp. I'm still gonna make weight and kick and knock you out or some shit like that." And I was like, I don't care about all this other stuff, but you said all this, so which means you didn't take the training seriously, and you literally missed weight by so much that nobody's getting paid today. Like, we're fighting. This kind of halts my career and my paycheck. Yeah. And I sacrificed 6, 8, 10 weeks where I didn't spend with my family and my friends and none of this stuff. I can't get back. Yeah. Right? And then, like, if we knew you was overweight by so much, you could have renegotiated for a higher weight a longer time ago. But you told them that you were gonna party, you're gonna do this and still make weight. And you said that in the promo.
I want to reiterate. I think we should take this dude in the parking lot. Fuck this guy.
So when you said you had that moment where you like start chugging the water so you can make weight.
Oh yeah.
How does that hurt you?
How does it hurt you?
Yeah.
You just dehydrated your body, right? In that time, it took 3 to 5 days to lose up to 15 pounds of water. Yeah. So now you go from extreme dehydration to trying to force 7 to 8 pounds of water in your body at one time.
You'll throw up.
You not just throw up, but like your body needs electrolytes too. So there's like a little science breakdown for people. You heard it's a thing called water poisoning. People, you could drink so much water you could like drown yourself. Not necessarily drown yourself, but your body lost all these electrolytes. Yeah. So when you're intaking all this water, you need electrolytes too. So you can actually thin out your electrolytes. So where like you don't have any salt, potassium, magnesium, sodium in your body.
That's the thing that was happening to me. I was kept cramping crazy when I was training.
All right, you cramp like crazy, and then what do people say to do? Drink more water. Yeah. Right? Yeah, but when you lose...
Have an orange slice. Now
have some orange slice. But on the
real orange slice will help.
On the grander scale, it's like you didn't just lose water. If you just lose water, you can just put water back in there. But the main electrolyte is going to be sodium. Sodium, then you'll hear people say, oh, you got to eat bananas, they got potassium. But then they forget about magnesium. Magnesium is an electrolyte that helps you absorb the other electrolytes. So just because you put in a bunch of other shit in your body, don't mean you can even absorb it.
I'm hearing take magnesium pills.
Actually, I started taking magnesium pills because I looked at my deficiencies and like all the cramping issues I had while training or like when I was out cutting weight. Yeah. And it's like I'm losing strength and it's like I keep cramping up like 30 minutes after like my cardio session. Yeah. And it's like, why is this? Because I'm drinking like almost 2 gallons of water a day.
Yeah. Well, you could be flushing out a lot of other things in your body that you need.
Sip water, don't chug it. That helps a lot too. Yeah. Because your body can only process about 12 ounces of water at a time. So if you're really thirsty, they say to sip it so your body can actually absorb it. Versus if you chug it, you'll just be right back out and you'll flush out a lot of nutrients with it. I know some science too.
It's a little bit. I can't back everything that if I don't know 100%, I'll try not to like. I just go off based off what I know, and then the years and years of fighting and nutrition studies and stuff and things of that nature. It's like everybody has a secret formula. Yeah. So like for instance, I get hired for personal training and private training sessions and stuff all the time, and people ask me for workouts, and I'm like, man, I can give you. Workouts are free. If you want workouts, look on YouTube and Google, whatever, blah, blah. Kitchen, but like the problem that I'm trying to solve is nutrition. What your problem is. Like, we don't work the same schedules. We don't do the same this. We don't do the same that. So you present me with a problem. What your work schedule is like, what your past injuries are like, what your current diet is like, what your current water intake's like, and then it's my job to go through to my little chamber and figure out, hey, I'll put these things together so you can get these kind of results. Yeah. And you still got to do your work. Do the actual work and give me feedback so I can see what's tweak it. And everybody wants that shit in 30 days. I'm like, no.
Do you help with nutrition as well?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that would make sense. Abs are made in the kitchen.
Yeah. I don't learn so many of them slogans and all that shit that you hear. It's not even, most of it ain't even real. Just
like eat healthy enough, work out enough, and you'll have a fine enough body. That's the
at what point in your life did you realize you'll be doing what you're doing currently?
Are you handing it to me?
Oh, I thought, were you asking him?
No, both of you guys.
Oh, go ahead, man. You go first this time.
All right. It was probably something wrong after my first fight, but it wasn't probably until my second or third fight. I knew I wanted to be, before I got into like 100% into martial arts, I was always into fitness and health and self-defense. Like I'm not a big dude. I'm 5'7", 160 now. This is the biggest I've ever been in my life. But like I've been doing strength and conditioning, boom. I used to be a lot smaller, but I've been doing like, staying consistent with my workout programs and my martial arts training now, since my early 20s. So now it makes a huge difference. But like at that point in time, I was just wanted to learn how to not get my ass whooped, handle myself in a fight, protect somebody else if I needed to. And then that journey in martial arts, kind of fitness, it started off as fitness and martial arts. I thought I would be more of like a big time personal trainer or own my own like gym. Yeah. And then that quickly went out the window when I got into martial arts and started spending more time there. I was like, I can get everything that I need from this. And I just kind of looked in the future. I was like, well, what do you want to do? I said, man, I love to travel. I love training. I love being in shape. I like coffee. I like food. I like knowing about other cultures. And I like traveling when I travel the world. And I was like, shit, martial arts can provide that in every way. I can have a big career. I can use that career to benefit to help raise money to build a gym. After I get my gym, I can still help people through martial arts and fitness and health and nutrition. I can travel, and the big thing for me is not fame. I don't want to be famous. I said I want to be fight famous. Is a difference. Like fight famous, if the UFC employs like 700 fighters, if 650 of them came in here, you wouldn't even know their name. You're like, this is a regular dude. Like maybe this guy looks in shape, maybe he doesn't. You wouldn't know him. But I just want to be respected by the people that I respect, and
that's why I love Big Country, man. I fucking love Roy Nelson, Big Country.
The Big Country?
Because you would never fucking know that man is a champ, dude. Amazing fighter. Looks like a fatty.
Yeah. he beat a lot of the guys. You're like, ain't no way that guy winning. The guy with the
he would hop on top of the cage and rub his belly like this.
Hey, DC, Daniel Cormier, Mr. Dad Body, got Popeye's commercial of him dancing with drumsticks. And like, fucking Olympic wrestler, like fucking world champ.
That's like, kind of like Tyson Fury too, right?
Yo, it is. Yeah, the Tyson Fury fit. Like, the dad bod. Like,
I'm for it. I'm like, all right, get it, Mr. Sweater Weather.
What about you? When did you know you'll be doing what you do?
Oh my gosh. So it's kind of a long story. I didn't enjoy school growing up, not because I didn't enjoy learning, but because I hated getting bullied. I was bullied pretty badly. So I dropped out of high school. I got my GED at 16, and I went to community college for 2 years. Started college when I was 16. Went to the community college. It was a really good community college in Jersey, County College of Morris, and it's the best in the state. So they have a deal with the state schools that if you get an associate's degree from there, all of your credits will have to transfer 100%. Nice. So I got an associate's degree and I transferred to New Jersey Institute of Technology, which is the equivalent to Georgia Tech, but Jersey. And all my credits got accepted. So I went in as a junior, which is very uncommon for transferring in there because it's a very difficult school. Yeah. Nice. And I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Information Systems. While I was at that school, I started comedy for the first time. I did comedy for 6 months. I opened for Pete Davidson at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and then I quit. I was like, this is the best it's ever going to get. Quit while you're ahead.
No.
Really?
I quit comedy at 19. Started and quit at 19.
Okay.
You ain't quit, you just hit the pause button.
Right.
I continue on with my life. Mm-hmm. I leave Jersey, I move here, and I say, you know what? Maybe I'm not done. Maybe it's not. Maybe it isn't too late for me, right? And comedy is one of those special things that you can do at any point in your life. Yeah. In fact, doing it later in life is a benefit because you've lived. No one wants to hear a fucking kid making jokes about high school. Nobody gives a fuck about you or your friends. Mm-hmm. But if you're older and you have life experience, you may actually have some wisdom along with your jokes. Yeah. Not that I have wisdom when I talk about enemas, but so I decided to give it a try, and I took to it like a fish takes to water. I just fucking loved it. Fell in love with it all over again, and I'm going to take another class now that I've been doing it again for over a year. It's you're never too old to learn, so I'm going to take some classes from a very well-established comedian in Atlanta, Liz Derr, and just keep pursuing that. I was just in a movie written by one of the comedy guys in Atlanta, Bob Place.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
What's
finally
the name
got
of the
there.
movie, if you don't mind?
Blood Mountain Massacre.
Blood Mountain Massacre.
Yeah, it's like pre-cell phone horror flick.
Okay.
Horror
Okay.
flick, and
Okay.
it is nasty. I play the slutty bassist, and
Did you
I
fall?
obviously get murdered.
Did you fall and get murdered?
No,
dead ass.
oh my god! So I get handcuffed to a bed, and I'm making love, and the dude gets
Is
his
it love
throat.
when you handcuffed?
his-
Is that what they call it?
I'm getting fucked, and this guy, he gets his throat slit on top of me. So now I'm fucked. I'm freaking out. I'm fucked. I'm chained to the bed. I'm like, no,
Literally.
it's my time. And then I'm like, no, you know. And then they take my camera and they murder me with my camera.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
Shit.
And I just get
That's original.
I get murdered like that, and
with
then
the camera just.
yeah, dude, because my character, a little hoe, she's like, I'm making a video for our tour girls. Really, I'm just filming myself fucking like the whole movie.
But you know what though? If it's pre-cell phone era camera, that's like a murder weapon for real. It's like a brick.
Bruh.
And the guy who plays the murderer,
Hey, go
he's
over
a
here.
big motherfucker.
Okay.
Like in real life, doesn't wear shoes. Like just has his feet are like a shoe now because it's so close. You know what I mean? Like he just
We call that slave feet.
He just lives life like barefoot, and I'm like, why? He's like, I just prefer it this way, you know?
Wow.
And he's just this huge motherfucker.
Oh, man.
Okay.
They said I was talking to one of the directors, and he said that the film, that scene is very scary because he's so big and he's on top of me, and I'm like playing dead.
Yeah.
And it feels like,
I kind of need to see this.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, now we need to. Hey, we need
it's
to
gonna
take.
come
I need to
out
see
in
this movie.
October.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's coming out by October.
I love movies. Movies. That's one of my like.
That's one thing too.
Oh man,
yeah.
like, movies touch me here, man.
You guys are gonna see my
being
tits
said,
in it, so
Have you
you're
ever?
welcome.
Wait. You said what now?
I said my tits.
I heard tits.
My tits will be in the movie,
free the
so
nips.
you're
Free
welcome.
the
Free
nips.
nips.
With that being said,
great.
I'm a movie lover too. Have you ever been on a date with a person that talks through a movie the first time you've seen it?
That is a bad person.
Yeah, they don't deserve that. They don't deserve nice things.
All right, so I was born in the 90s, 91, right? So I'm 30. I'm not old, but I'm not young. I've experienced life. So I used to go to the movies. Like, you know, that was a thing for me. Like, hey,
People still go. Movie theaters still exist.
No, they do. But like now, you're like, hey man, let's go catch a movie. People are like, oh, I just stream it at the crib. I just do this.
Oh,
the
yeah,
movie
yeah,
is
okay.
True.
the movie is an experience for
Yeah.
me,
Yes.
right? So I got a huge movie collection, like 1,000 movies. So like when I want to,
You grew up in the country.
That shit
You grew up in the country?
obsolete now.
all right, I did grow up in the country. So this. I'm a very diverse person. My family, we're originally from New York.
Okay.
And then we moved from New York to Philly, and then from Philly we moved to middle bumfuck nowhere, Georgia.
How old are you when that happened?
7.
Okay.
Oh, so
I
you're
was I could be a country, but I was born up north, so like the city's here in the heart.
Yeah.
But like I was raised in Georgia.
Okay,
So
okay.
I can say I'm a Georgia boy. Right?
Okay.
All my older brothers say I'm the down south brother. Like I'm the south, but you
Because
know.
you went through puberty in Georgia.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I grew up down here, but
Okay.
like
We grew up very different. I grew up adjacent to New York City. I grew up in Jersey. I've worked in Manhattan most of my career. We are not the same.
I don't know, definitely not. Like being raised down here is completely different.
You're
Changes a
so
lot.
much nicer than me, and you have so much more hope to be nice in life.
So if you meet my mom is the nicest person in the world.
Okay.
My mom's
But
kinda
like she used to work at the Ritz or whatever, and they used to call her name is Mildred, but her nickname is Millie. And they're like, oh my God, Millie is so nice, but like you don't strike a nerve with Millie. They called her Millie from the block. Like Millie from the block. So you know, like people nowadays like grew up in an era where like adults call each other bitch. Hey, bitch! Like,
Yeah.
My mom moved down here or whatever, and somebody was like, Millie act like a bitch. She was like, hey man, like, I don't play like that.
Yeah.
But like, this is a woman that's
She
like,
hit the switch.
Yeah. This is she's like, oh, like she's a teacher. She's so like, you know, I believe I would have turned out like this, maybe just a little bit more edgy, even if I was raised up there like all my brothers.
You
Okay.
would have
But-
been way harsher. way harsher, dude. People
how
up
I
there
am
are
now how I am is a
cold-blooded.
choice. It's a choice if I choose to be like this.
True.
Okay.
Like, and how we grew up is like when we moved down, a lot
But
of people from
culturally,
our
it's
area,
so different. It took so much for me to try to change my vernacular and talk to people. I'm like, people I don't fucking know waving at me saying hello. And I'm like, are you talking to me? And they're like, oh my God, I'm
That's my
sorry.
experience
And I'm
living
like,
in the South
no,
up
like,
north.
I'm asking you
Yeah.
a question. Are you talking to me?
up north, you mind your business. Down here,
I didn't get that.
like, yeah, that was
fucked
the
me up.
the-
It had
the
me
two-
fucked up.
The two biggest barriers when we moved down here, even like being young,
Uh-huh.
was the fact that number one, ain't nothing up the street, but everybody down south says shit's up the street.
Oh,
I was right up
God.
the street.
So
And, like,
annoying.
first of all, for something to be up the street, you gotta have sidewalks. Motherfucker, it ain't no sidewalks.
You can't walk
You
there.
can't walk nowhere, right?
Yeah.
More cows and people than there were actual. More cows and people and less sidewalks and buildings than you would ever see because we moved to Putnam County and then Millersville. And then the language barrier. So like